Hey there, beautiful Gemini. Come on in. It's time for your June 2nd to 8th energy forecast. We are diving right in this week using the charms. So if you've been on my channel before, whether you have or not, so reaching into the charms this week is the same as if I pulled an oracle or tarot card for your overarching energy for the week ahead. This week, it just happens to be a charm that I'm using. All right. So reaching in and seeing what we have in store for you, and we are given, ooh, I wasn't sure at first if it was a little squirrel or a skunk, but I do believe this is meant to be a squirrel. And for me, a squirrel talks about the industriousness and the cheekiness of the squirrel, right? So there's definitely some plainness around the work this week. And I do feel like you're being encouraged to bring in that squirrel energy, which is, yes, you're working hard, but you're making light of your work. You're being cheeky about your work. You're bringing in a very light energy, a very playful energy here this week. And you're being encouraged to do that because it will serve you well. So sort of the sense that I'm getting is, yes, do your work and be industrious about it. Make sure you collect all the nuts that you need to be collecting, but don't make it a chore. Be playful about it. Have some fun here. All right, now let's pull in the cards and break your week down just a little bit further. For this, I'm using the Wisdom of the Elder Oracle deck. This is by one of my mentors, Sean Leonard. He's an amazing Indigenous spirit talker out of Nova Scotia. Strongly encourage you to look him up if you've never seen him before. He's just signed with Hay House. You will be definitely hearing about him more as we move along here. All right, so at the beginning of the week, we have honesty, as represented here by Sabe, which is Bigfoot. And this is really talking about you holding to your truth. Now, if you are watching your sun, moon, and rising, you may see this card more than once, which just tells me the universe is kind of putting it in uppercase letters, maybe neon, flashing it at you, really letting you know this is important for you to stand in your truth, even if others disagree with you or don't see the same vision as you. It's not important that they do. Really, it's not. It's important that you stand by your vision. That's all that's important, that you stand in your truth and do not allow the thoughts and opinions of others to sway you, because their perspective is just that, it's theirs, not necessarily yours. And even if you feel like your perspective, your truth is right for you, if you don't have an understanding of why or some clarity around that, you may be compelled or urged or even feel like you need to buy into somebody else's explanation of why your truth is not your truth. And what I'm saying is, you don't always have to understand your knowing. If you just know what your truth is, stand in it. Don't rely on the understanding or the clarity to see you through, because sometimes what it requires is trust and faith. That what you're knowing, what you're feeling, what your truth is for you. And it doesn't have to be for others. So stand in your truth. All right, let's see where this is going to take you by the end of the week. And we are going into the forest. We're going into the forest for support. Wow. All right. These cards are coming up definitely multiple times in these readings. So going into the forest for support really talks about building the support around you. Now, that could be in simply going into the forest and leaning up against the tree and pouring out all your sorrows and your thoughts and your worries and your concerns, and allowing the beautiful energy of the tree to absorb all that and return it to the earth in a positive way. But it's really about, no matter what that looks like for you, finding your support system around you. So having others reflect back to you that even if they don't understand your truth, they still support you in it, right? They don't need to understand. They don't have to even agree, as long as they support you in standing in your truth. That's what's important. That's true support, right? You may not get where you're coming from, but if that's for you, then that's for you, and I support you. That's what you're looking for, all right? Now, how is your week wrapping up here? Again, this is for June 2nd to 8th. And yeah, you've gained some wisdom through the beaver. Now, beavers are very discerning and they're very helpful, right? So if you allow a beaver just to do beaver things, right? They're going to build their dams and they're going to create water courses that go in a way that in actuality serves the land the best, right? But when we interfere with the work of the beaver, what we're saying is your intuition, your instinct is wrong. and your inner wisdom is wrong. So I want you to, again, tie into your inner wisdom and be like the beaver and do what you know to be right for you. Follow your intuition, follow your instincts. They're going to lead you exactly where you need to be, building the life that you want. All right. I hope this makes sense to you here, Gemini. I did say Gemini at the beginning, didn't I? I hope I did. It is for Gemini. I have a feeling I might have screwed up and said Taurus somewhere in there. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. This is for Gemini. It's for the week of June the 2nd to the 8th. If you're enjoying these readings, please do like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to know more about me, I'm an evidential medium and psychic residing in beautiful British Columbia, offering my services to a global clientele. And you can find out more about me at leeshanks.com. You can also find me at Facebook and Instagram at Intuitively. In the meantime, this is Intuitively signing off. Blessed be one and all. I hope you have an amazing week.